Hi everyone, Tori here for TNT Scrap Explosion. Today I'm working on another two-page spread for my mini album called XOXO. If you didn't know, during the month of January I'm working on a really special mini album project called XOXO. It's an album all about the people, places, and things that I love, and I'm writing them a little love letter just to tell them all the reasons that I love them. If you're interested in checking out the rest of this series, it's going to be on my YouTube channel, Tori Bissell. Otherwise, let's dive right in. So today I am designing the page using the TNT Scrap Explosion Quilted Hearts collection, which is the newest one that Teresa and I have launched, and we're really excited about it. And let me just say, I love this collection. I love all the bright colors, and I love the pinks and the soft quilted kind of look. It just makes me so happy. So when we were designing the collection, I already knew that I wanted to use it for like a lovey-dovey kind of album, and this is kind of what I had in mind. So today I'm working on a love letter to my dad, basically just telling him all of the reasons that I love him. So I grabbed out these two 6x8 page protectors, and I'm just filling it in with the journaling cards that I want to use. So I did grab out a couple of the 4x6 and 3x4 journaling cards. And I did grab out that one that's in the top left right now, which has those really pretty banners. That's actually a 4x4 card, but I'm going to use it in one of the 3x4 card slots and just trim it on down. Now, just to prove that we're all human, when I printed off the journaling cards, I actually made a mistake and printed them too small. So all of my cards are about like half an inch smaller than they're supposed to be for the pocket. So I am matting them all. However, if you actually printed them the way that you were supposed to and weren't crazy weird like me, you would not have this problem. So if you do it right, you won't have this problem. I have that problem, but you would not have that problem. So what I did is I just grabbed the journaling cards and I'm going to mat them. I did grab out some white cardstock to mat some of them, and then I also grabbed out that olive kind of, I think we call it martini circles paper, just to mat behind that one journaling card. And here I am just cutting down some white cardstock. So my plan was for this album was to make a two-page spread for all the different people that I love, or all the people that I want to highlight in this album, and to include a whole bunch of photos of them, and then not to journal about like the who, what, where of the photos, but rather to write like a letter to the person in the photos, telling them all the reasons that I love them. So like I mentioned, today I'm working on my dad's, and I have all these photos. I have one large 4x4 photo, and then I had a bunch of these 2x2 photos that I also printed off. I don't end up using all of the ones I printed off just because I didn't feel like they fit with the layout. Instead, I just used 3 of the photos, but I am totally happy with the way that this layout worked out. So one of the things I wanted to mention, you see that really bright, colorful I love you card in the bottom right-hand corner? I love that card. Basically, if you can't really see it on camera, but basically what it has is it has the phrase I love you repeated over and over in a whole bunch of different languages, and I love you in English, big and bold, but then all the other languages are slightly smaller on that paper. And I just think it's so precious because I truly think love is like a universal thing. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can love people. So I love that the phrase I love you is in all these different languages. So I don't know, maybe if you speak a different language, you'll find your language on there. I know that I've included like Spanish and German and French and Italian, and I don't know, there's all these different languages. So I did want to mat the 2 smaller photos on some white cardstock, especially the one that's on the Olive You Forever card, just because I felt like it just was kind of fading into the background, and I thought if I just matted it on some white cardstock, it would just pop off a little bit more. So if you guys don't know this about me, I love puns. I love them. I love them so much. They're like my favorite thing ever. So when Teresa and I were talking about designing a collection together, I said, absolutely, I would love to design a collection, but I just have like one caveat. There has to be pink, which convincing Teresa that there had to be pink was like not a hard thing to do. And I said there has to be some puns. And I'm like, I know it sounds really weird, but I love puns. And journaling cards with puns just make my heart so happy. So a card with a whole bunch of olive shapes that says olive you forever is just so precious to me. So I did include that there. Now I'm just going to add some embellishments to the layout, and I do keep this page fairly simple. What I did was I cut out some of the elements, and I did use my home printer to print those off and then just cut those out. I did also grab one of the cut files that had a bunch of arrows, and when I cut that out, I saved all of the arrows. So under the I love you card in the bottom right hand corner, I did add one of those arrows, just kind of pointing back to my dad. In this album, I've decided to use the Quilted Heart collection and to also use the Take Me Away collection by Pink Paisley and Paige Evans. So those letter stickers and that little heart button do come from the Take Me Away collection, but everything else on this layout is from the Quilted Heart collection digital files, and I printed them all off on my home printer, and they look gorgeous, and I didn't use up a lot of ink, and I love that I can use them more than once, because I'm going to just tell you now that that All of You Forever and that I Love You card with all the languages and that one with the banners is getting used more than once by me in this album probably, and in the future, because I just love it so much. So now what I'm going to do is write my letter, and kind of the style that I've decided to do for this album is to write a letter like dear whoever, and then write the whole letter throughout the layout, and then finish with love you lots, XOXO Tori. So basically in my letter, I'm just sharing all of the different reasons that I love my dad. I love how much he says he loves me. I love how he's strong and really smart. I love how he passionately protects his family and cares about those around him. I love that I can always depend on him. And one of the things my dad always says is, I wouldn't do this for just anybody. But the truth is, he probably would, because that's just the kind of guy he is. He's just a really supportive, kind man, and I just love him so much. So basically, that's kind of what the journaling is all about. I'm not going to read it off to you. If you want to check it out, head over to the scrapexplosion.com website and check out the blog, because I'll have detailed photos of the whole entire layout and the products that I've used over there listed on the blog for easy access, just to make it easy. And once I finished off, I just added my XOXO Tori. So if you want to check out the Quilted Heart collection that Teresa and I designed, head over to scrapexplosion.com to see all of the papers, journaling cards, elements, and cut files that we've been designing. And we're going to continue to design them, so you'll see new things popping up there too if you want to keep up to date with what we're posting and see all the tutorials and stuff. There is a sign up for our newsletter, so make sure you sign up. It's at the bottom of the page. Other than that, that's it for me today. Thanks so much for joining me for this TNT process video. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'd love to answer them. And I hope that you have a lovely day.